Hello, all you crazy Calcigans out there in Podperson land. Welcome back to another episode of For the Love of Movies. I'm your host, Sean Faw, and today we're going to be talking about New Order. Yeah, New Order. Now, normally I'm not a big fan of subtitled movies, but this one was pretty good in like an educational video sort of way. It is a fairly graphic movie about a fictional uprising of the lower classes of Mexico, basically declaring a full-on purge against the bourgeoisie. Now, at first we see it mostly through the perspective of the rich people, but then it branches out into a lot of different vignettes of a few of the other perspectives of the different levels of the hierarchy.
¿Qué quieren?
I'm sure the language barrier did not help, and I feel like I missed a lot of the subtlety of this movie, especially in the production design of the graffiti and the protest signs. But I think the biggest downfall of this movie is it's failing to create a real connection to its audience.
Todo está bien.
Atención, por favor. Está prohibida la presencia de ciudadanos en la vía pública.
¿Qué haces afuera?
¿Por qué te saliste?
Toque de queda riguroso y no hay excepciones.
¡Mochilas abiertas!
It kind of feels like it was made by rich people to scare rich people and just automatically expects us to feel connected to them from the beginning. I mean, our main girl is the only one that is not truly detestable, but even she is unable to really elicit any emotion from the audience. She is more just moved around as our supposed vicarious player character.
Venga, a ver, los novios, un brindis por los novios. Dales unos shots a los novios, por favor. Todos un brindis.
¿A poco tiene señal? No puedo llamar a mi casa.
Visually, it was well crafted with a lot of long one-shot takes that would often find you looking at one thing while wanting to see another, but never really missing what you're not seeing that's happening off screen or off in the blurry background somewhere. This more documentary style does work well to make you feel like you're part of the action, but I think it does so at the detriment of feeling emotionally invested in these characters. It just kind of becomes the type of movie where you are more concerned about your own safety than these random extras you just met. Just has this sort of video game quality to it.
Hijo, no regresen. Escúchame, no regresen.
Now, all the acting was decent and somewhat frighteningly believable in its often mundane portrayal of what is essentially horrific war crimes. There was a slight twinge of telenovela melodrama to some of the actors' performances, but none of it seemed exceedingly out of place for the given situation.
Necesito salir al hospital.
No puede salir de su casa, señor. Regrésese a su casa.
¡Abajo!
Zona de control,
Now, I do wish the ending was a bit more solid, and I totally respect what they were doing with it, but I do feel like the final lesson of the film was a little more ambiguous than the rest of the movie was leading up to thematically. Just a couple more minutes of fleshing out that ending would have been a lot more satisfying conclusion, I think. And overall, I would say it's definitely worth checking out. There is certainly some good stuff in there, but don't expect to be blown away or really even think about it much again once it ends. Which, unfortunately, I think is kind of the opposite of what the filmmakers were hoping for. I do think they were trying to make a much more impactful, lasting sort of film. Anyways, this has been New Order. Thank you for watching For the Love of Movies. I'm your host, Sean Faw. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and do all of that stuff. Leave me a comment about what I should watch next. And yeah, check out all the other stuff on the Fawcast Network, fawcast.com. We've got all the audio podcasts and doing some more video stuff here. Let me know what you want to see more of. Yeah, that's it. Later. Bye.
El reporte de ataques masivos hasta el reciente colapso de las vías de comunicación.
Good enough.